Hello and welcome to another episode of Simulation in Action. My name is Sualp Ozel, and in this episode I'll be talking about using Showcase and Simulation Mechanical in order to create high-end imagery and animations. Here we have a two-part model that we set up and analyzed using Simulation Mechanical, MES, Mechanical Event Simulation. So let's go to the results to see what kind of results we get out of this snap fit analysis. Using the animation tools built into Simulation Mechanical, we can animate this to see the stresses and deformations that occur during the snap fitting action. At any point, if you want to use the showcase capabilities to enhance our imagery, we can send our model to Showcase in order to do that. So in this case, I've set the time step to the middle of the analysis where we are seeing high stresses, and I'm going to export my model to Showcase. It's a one-button solution where when I send the result using export to Showcase, the model opens in Showcase and is saved as a Showcase file simultaneously. So what are some of the things that we can do using Showcase to enhance our imagery? The first thing that comes to my mind is to set up an environment so that we can show our model in a nice 3D looking background. So I'm going to pick a small background from the library, and let's pick the ID tech. That will load the background that we picked into the scene file. In this case, the geometry I'm analyzing is quite small compared to the scene, but that we can easily fix. If I go to the File pull-down menu, Settings, I can choose the scene settings and adjust the size of my scene. So in this case, I'm going to reduce it by a factor of 10. And now I have my model in a smaller looking scene. Next, I want to actually move my model in this scene so that it sits a little bit higher. I can do that by going to the Edit pull-down menu, set environment floor position, and either using the slider or typing a number, I can change the position of the floor compared to my model. So in this case, I'm going to use an offset of 30 millimeters. So my object sits a little bit higher than the rest of the scene. Of course, I can rotate my model, zoom in, and observe the stress and deformation that's happening at this specific time step. So we learned some of the basics of using how to showcase for our simulation results. Let's take it one step further. In MES analyses, we have results for every single time step. And specifically in this model, we have 100 results. What if we wanted to create an animation in Showcase for the whole 100 result set? In order to do that, I will have to export the result at each time step as a separate file. We can do that by going to Export Showcase pull-down menu and saying Save as File, Save to File. So in this case, I can type in a new file name for every time step that I'm interested in. So I won't be doing this live here because that would be 100 files for this analysis, but you can get the idea. What I have done prior to this demonstration is created a folder with all the 100 files created. So in Showcase, I can create a brand new Showcase file and basically drag and drop all these 100 Showcase files, and all 100 will be sent over to Showcase to be considered as alternative views for a possible animation I can create in the future. So right now, Showcase is opening all 100 files, and that might take a minute or so. Okay. We have all the files opened in Showcase. And the first thing that I want to do is to be able to look at how those 100 files are in this showcase scene. So I click O, and my organizer shows up. Another quick thing I can do is to click A on the keyboard, which brings up the alternatives. So I'll create an alternative lineup and call it a visibility lineup. Using the organizer or using the on-canvas interaction, I can click each file and add them as separate alternatives. Of course, once again, I'm not going to do this for all 100 because it will take a couple minutes to do that. I have another showcase file where I've already done this, so I'll open that one, which you can see all the alternatives lined up. So I have all the alternatives lined up for this file right here. And once I have all the alternatives, I need to be able to attach them to a storyboard. To access the storyboard, you can click U on your keyboard, and you'll see an empty storyboard. You can, of course, create a new storyboard using the Create pull-down menu in the storyboard section and say storyboard slide or presentation from slide. The technique to send each alternative to a storyboard is a manual technique where you click on a certain alternative and right-click and say send it to the storyboard. So in this file, I've already associated all the alternative lineups with a storyboard. One more additional thing you can do to make your animations even better looking is to assign different camera angles. And you can get there by clicking the T command on your keyboard. So let's activate our camera angles. And I have here 2 different camera angles that I've set up. You can create additional ones by using the Create pull-down menu. And you can do cinematic ones where you can orbit the model, you can do zoom in or out, and all you have to do in order to set this up is to assign a certain view as the starting position and assign another one as the ending position, and Showcase takes care of the rest. All right, you've done all this work. Let's take a look at what the end result looks like. So I'm closing all the alternatives and storyboards and camera shots. And what I can do is I can do File, Publish to Movie. And the options in this menu allow you to publish your end result as a YouTube video or as an AVI file or an MP4 file. And you can save these to your desktop or you can publish them directly to the cloud. So let's go ahead and play what one of those videos look like. To do that, I'm going to get into the storyboard and just hit play. I'll even minimize my storyboard so that we're only looking at the animation itself. So as you can see, we're observing the snap fit, we're rotating the model simultaneously, we're zooming in and out, and we can see the stresses and deformations in the model as this is happening. Just like in the first part of this webisode, you can of course add backgrounds and scenes to make your animations even better looking. Thank you for watching.